There is a growing community of runners and marathoners out there that are using cannabis to enhance their experience. They're saying it reduces the pain associated with long-distance running, and it promotes a more meditative connection to the mind and body during exercise. Quote, "It gives running a whole new feeling. I'm more focused and connected to the experience," says a member of Brooklyn's Rage and Release Marijuana Running Club that's 400 members strong. The phenomenon of the runner's high is actually an engagement of the endocannabinoid system, so cannabis having an effect like this kind of makes sense. A runner's high occurs naturally in the body through prolonged periods of exercise by triggering the fight or flight systems in the body. Right, it clicks on the euphoric and anti-anxiety mechanisms mostly through aerobic exercises, like running or cycling. The endocannabinoids get this whole thing going by binding to the CB1 and CB2 receptors throughout the body. CB1 gets you that sense of euphoria. That's where the THC goes. The CB2 receptor is more functional in pain reduction, and that's where CBD and all its inflammatory goodness shines. But the body naturally does this. You don't need cannabis to get you there. So what happens when you throw cannabis into the mix, right? Well, it's going to kickstart this whole process and get you there quicker. And then it produces a synergistic effect with the naturally occurring cannabinoids as they come up, all multiplying the runner's high experience. Now what you're doing, quote, is allowing your brain to check out, says Tony Fuhr, founder of the cannabis-infused sports drink company Off Field that is catering to athletes. Your energy balance is switching. Your brain is taking less energy, which means less calories. It's applying it to your body that needs it most. So you're going to be performing better for longer that way. The overall experience is getting out of your head and into your run and actually finding that enjoyment in the occasion. So the University of Colorado did a study back in July where they asked people to run with cannabis and run without it. Pretty much everyone enjoyed their buzzed run more and said there was less pain. 60% said it increased their focus, and 45% said it made the workout more fun. Then they brought them into a lab to figure it all out. They had people run on the treadmill, some using THC, some CBD. Now both groups felt that elevated runner's high, but the CBD group won out. Still, researchers think it's a combination of the two that really makes the difference. Funny enough, cannabis didn't really help people's performance though, with most of the participants running just a touch slower than they did without cannabis. And while it was an overall better run, people said they felt like they had to work a little bit harder when they were using THC. Still, the World Doping Agency lists cannabis as a banned substance. In 2021, American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson tested positive for marijuana right after the Olympic trials, and then they barred her from competition, even though there was a lot of backlash with people saying cannabis wasn't a performance-enhancing drug.